Hey guys, how was your weekend? Hope all is well. 13-5, part 1. All right, today is what they call the whole kit and caboodle. We're going to be comparing fractions. I'm going to show you a couple different ways they're going to ask questions. We're going to be looking at ones with the same numerator. We're going to be looking at ones with the same denominator. So some of part of today's lesson is a review, and then I'm just going to show you a new way to look at fractions on a number line. Piece of cake. No worries. All right. We'll do some multiplication skips, and then we'll get going, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all soon. We're putting something together. You should be hearing from us about a date pretty soon, maybe even today. We'll see. All right, let's start off with those skips and then we'll get going. Ready? Let's go twos. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, and 30. Now we don't count anymore. 33, 36. I haven't had my coffee yet. I'm a little sleepy still. Let's go fours. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. Now we have 44, 48. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60, 66, 72. Sevens ready. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63. Now I know them as well as 70, 77, 84. 8 and 8 are 16, 24 and 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, and 72, 80, 88, 96. 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81, 90, 89, 108. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, 77, 88, 99, 110, 121, 132. 12's ready. 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84, 96, 108, 120, 132 here, 144 there. Here's 12, there's 12, now no times 12. Old Mick had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. All right, guys, first up, I'm going to step out of the way. I want you to check this out. First question they're going to ask you is a little strange, but once you understand the concept that I'm going to show you, you'll totally get it. Okay? Here we go. So I got a number line, 0 to 1, 0 to 1, 0 to 1, okay? So I'm going to make these into different things. So I'm going to make the first one into fourths, okay? So I'll make 3 lines to make it fourths, 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, and then 1 or also 4/4, right? So they're going to ask you a question today, and they're going to say, which of these fractions are closer to 0 and which of these fractions are closer to 1? So what you have to think about is which one is closer to, or what is halfway, right? So the one that is halfway is 2/4, right? 2/4 is closer to, well, it's in the middle. So anything on this side of 2/4 would be closer to 1. Anything on this side of 2/4 would be closer to 0. Okay? And what about 2/4? Well, 2/4 right in the middle. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the rules for rounding. Just like, remember we were doing, like, you're rounding but to tens, like 35 goes up, or if we're rounding to hundreds, like 150 goes up to 200. So if it's in the middle, we're going to go up. So closer to 0, closer to 1, closer to 0 would be 1/4, right? You see that? And then closer to 1 would be 2/4. and 3/4. So 2/4 is going to round up. And 4/4, of course, which is 1. Okay? So let's try that again. Say I did it with sixths, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I had 1/6, 2/6, 3/6, 4/6, 5/6, or 6/6, or 1. So you might ask yourself, well, what is halfway? Well, halfway is right in the middle, so 3/6, right? So all of the guys over here, like 1/6 and 2/6, they'll be closer to 0. And then all the guys over here, 4/6, 5/6, will go and 3/6 because it's halfway. We'll go closer to 1, okay? So I got closer to 0 would be 1/6 and 2/6. And also notice how the number is smaller on top. And then 3/6, because 3 is half of 6, and then anything bigger than that. So 4/6, 5/6, or 6/6, okay? Or what if it was one that didn't have a middle number? That's interesting. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. So if I was making fifths, okay? So I'd have 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5. Then what I would be looking for is anything that is more than half. So like, check this out. Well, is 1 more than half of 5? No. So that's going to be closer to 0. So 1/5. Is 2 more than half of 5? No. So that's going to be over here too. I don't know why I just wrote that in yellow. 1/5 and 2/5. Now 3, see how 3 is more than half of 5? I have 3 is 6. So that's going to be closer to 1 because it's more than halfway there. And same thing with 4/5. So you're looking for the numerator to be bigger than halfway to the denominator. Okay? Now, we're going to be comparing fractions. Now we're going to go to the review part. Right? What if I was comparing fractions with the same denominator? That's what we did a few lessons back. Piece of cake, right? So I have 2/3 and 1/3. They're both thirds, right? So they're both thirds. So if you're thinking about it like a little number line, I'd have 0, then I'd have 1/3, then I'd have 2/3, then I'd have 3/3, or 1. So they're both thirds. So 2/3 would be bigger because 2 out of 3 is more than 1 out of 3. So when it's the same denominator, you're just looking for the bigger numerator, right? So I have 2/5 and 3/5. They're both fifths. So we're just looking for the bigger numerator. Or if I had 6/8 and 3/8, that would be like a pizza. Well, wouldn't 6 out of 8 slices be more than 3 out of 8 slices? And now this is where this lesson can be a little confusing. So now we're switching back to, well, what if it's the same numerator and a different denominator? So that's like the Snicker bar, right? So if I cut a Snicker bar into fourths or I cut a Snicker bar into fifths, fourths are bigger. Because remember, the bigger the denominator, the smaller the pieces. Say it. The bigger the denominator, the smaller the pieces. So now really what we're looking for, since they all have the same numerator, what you're looking for is the smaller denominator, okay? So 2/4 or 2/5, you have to ask yourself, well, what's bigger, fourths or fifths? And the answer to that, of course, is fourths, right? Just think about it. If I have a Snicker bar, I cut it into 4 pieces and eat one. Or if my sister has a Snicker bar and she cuts hers into 5 pieces and eats one, I eat more because my piece was bigger because I only cut it into 4 pieces, right? Just like grilled cheese, right? I cut my grilled cheeses in halves, right? And I ate 1/2. And Boston cuts his grilled cheese into 4 slices and eats 1 out of 4. I ate more than him because my pieces were bigger. Even though we both ate 1 piece, my pieces were bigger, okay? So So I have 3/6 and 3/4, both the same number on top. But what's bigger, 6 or fourths? Fourths, of course, right? The bigger the denominator, the smaller the pieces. Okay. If I have 5/10 or 5/6, they're both 5. Sixths are bigger than tenths, right? And just, if you ever forget, just draw a picture. Remember, right? So say I draw that in half, I have 1/2, or I cut this into 4 pieces and I have 1/4. Oh, halves are bigger than fourths, right? If you forget, just draw yourself a little simple picture and it will help you remember, all right? You guys have been doing an amazing job, seriously. When I'm checking your work and I'm putting in grades and stuff, I'm just really impressed. I'm really proud of you guys. Keep up the great work. Thank you for all that you're doing. I know this is not easy. This has been very hard for everybody involved and very stressful, right? You guys have been doing a great job. We officially have 19 days until our work is finished, pretty much. So that's pretty exciting for everybody. And I'm sure you're all looking forward to a little bit of normalcy. But keep up the great work hard. Let's finish this thing strong, and keep posted. I got some big news coming for you guys today. Or, well, maybe not today, soon. All right?